Hello, everybody. How's it going? Glad to be here. And, wow. So I've got a lot to talk about. But, of course, I know that I'm not going to do all that in one podcast, right? But, hey, either way, I'm glad to be here, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate every one of you. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. When people, wow, that's amazing. I tell you. I want to talk about change. I want to talk about people and change. Because if I just say, let's talk about change, it could be, it can mean a lot of different things. But I want to talk about the change in people. You ever get around somebody and you hear the term, well, no, if that's the way he is or that's the way she is, she's never going to change. You ever hear that? It's said a lot, isn't it? A lot of people go by that. And it's unfortunate that they do, but they do, and there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do about it. At least that's what people think. Well, no, that guy or that girl, they're never going to respect me. They don't like me. I did this or I did that. It's garbage, is what it is. It's garbage. And now I don't claim to be a rocket scientist. I don't claim to know everything in the world. But what I do know is that anybody and everybody can change. And if anybody disagrees with me on that, you might want to read your books again. You might want to think about it one more time. And then think about it again. Because I'm right on that. I don't claim to be right on everything, but I do know I'm right on this. Because anybody can change. Being visually impaired is a rough life. It's a rough life if you let it. And see, I did. I let it run me. I let my disability tell me where I was going to go. I let my disability decide for me. And I made the wrong choices when I was younger, when I was a teenager, when I was 18, 19. I made the wrong choices because I let my disability make the choices for me. And some will say, well, no, that's an excuse. No, folks, that's not an excuse. Because yes, I still made them choices. But it was because of my disability. And if it was because of my disability, then that means my disability made them choices for me. You got a couple of choices. It's no different than going out and let's just say you start out at maybe 10 years old and you hang out with this person and they keep on drilling into your head, this is the way you got to be, this is the way you got to live. And you never make a choice for yourself because you're always going by what they say. They're in your head. You see, they're in your head. And they make choices for you. Think of it like that. See, my vision and my disability was in my head so much that I didn't think I could do anything on my own. I didn't think that I was good enough. So then it made me decide or make the wrong choices rather. So I want you to remember, and I want you to write this down. I want you to think about this, and I want you to tell yourself this. If you're somebody that has things going on in your life, or you're one of them people that have hate built up inside of you, let it go. Because in the end, it's gonna tear you down. It will tear you down. It will bring you down, and it will bring you down hard. And only you can change. Only you. I can tell you my thoughts or my opinions and all that, but that doesn't do all of it. That doesn't fix it for you until you change. If you're a person and you feel like you're not good enough for nobody, you feel like you're not smart enough, or you feel like you're ugly, or you feel like you're too fat, or you feel like you're too skinny, or you feel like you're too dumb, change. Start by getting up in the morning, and the first thing you tell yourself is that you are going to do better. Tell yourself that I am not stupid. I am not dumb. I am not fat. I am not too skinny. I am not too ignorant. I am smart. I am beautiful. I can do it. And I will do it. Change, people. And I promise you, some of you that might know me more, or the voice is more familiar, some of you might laugh and say, what is he talking about? Well, I'm talking about change. Every day I learn something new. And can I tell you something that I've learned? The one thing that and it wasn't something I just recently learned, but it's something that I've learned, and I've learned it a while back, is that, look, we live one time. We live one time. God put us on earth. He gave us life. And He's only given it to you one time. And let's say you're 30 years old. You've lived almost half your life. The average for a person's full life is probably about 70, 80. Okay? 40 years old, you're definitely half. And think about it. Think about it, folks. If you're one of them people that's hateful or full of hatred or anger or sadness, change. Because, guys, one day it'll be your turn. One day it'll be my turn. It'll be everybody's turn one day. Do you want to change before then? Or do you want to wish you had changed when it's too late? People that I'm very close to, these last few years in my life, I've lost. And they had a lot of respect for me, and I had a lot of respect for them. But I can only imagine how I'd feel today if I'd have been a horrible person to them, or if I'd have been rude to them, or mean to them, or made fun of them. I would be miserable for the rest of my life because they were gone, and I never did go back to them, and I never did change. Think about that. Anybody can change, folks. Guys, I'd like to invite you to come to check out all the other stuff that I have going on my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube. You can look up Johnny's Vlog. Maybe you can find it that way. JOHNNYS VLOG. Or you can look up Jestep, JESSTEP 78. You can also go, I believe there's going to be a link on there soon. You can go to JohnnyEstep.com. Right now it might not have the links on there, but there's some work being done on that page. It's going to have the YouTube channel, Facebook, all that stuff. Subscribe to my YouTube. I've got a lot more good stuff coming up, guys. I really enjoy doing this. I do. I enjoy it. I got someone in the studio playing with the buttons there. Thank you. I enjoy helping other people. That's why I do this. That's why I've always done the podcast. That's why I've always done it. So I don't know about you, but I know if I was in a situation and I was one of them angry people or upset people full of hatred and anger and selfishness and all that, man, I would want to change. I'd want to change now. Guys, I love you. Be sure to share. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Be sure to share and all that good stuff. And I'll see you real soon on my next podcast.